in Nigeria, and even where power is not a problem, power is not cheap. So, but to run a data center, you must understand something called shared services.
Okay.
The essence is that you take that power and the cost, and you're able to share it among.
We are at the Lagos Zenith Bank Tech Fair 2024. It's organized by Zenith Bank annually. I think this should be the 4th year. Anatu Tech is here to talk to tech companies, tech startups, tech founders. So let's go over and hear what they are doing, what innovations are being brought on ground. Anatu Tech here. Remember to follow on all social media handles, subscribe to the channel, and let's go. Okay, good afternoon. We are at Zenith Bank Tech Fair 2024. I'm Anatu of Anatu Tech, and I have here with me Mr.
Andy Oluwafemi Moyan.
Andy Oluwafemi. So tell me what company you are here representing today?
Citi Data Center.
Okay. So what is Citi Data Center and what exactly do you do?
Okay, well, Citi Data Center is a tier 3 data center out of the heart of Magoro, Ogun State. Magoro is about 15 minutes away from the center of Lagos, which is Alausa or Ikeja. Right. We're able to put an edge data center there to be able to cater for SMEs and startups. What you have these days for data centers that you see around are, very good data centers, high quality, but SMEs and startups can't afford them. So what we've been able to do is to build something that is more cost effective without compromising on the standards. Yeah, so that's what we do.
Okay, that's awesome. I'll just go to a question that really comes to mind whenever I hear data center in Nigeria. And I think you already know the question that is coming. It's how do you manage to stay active and provide the best of services to your customers with the kind of power situation we have in Nigeria, knowing that data centers, of course, you have to run 24/7 and it's power intensive.
Well, that's a very good question. I mean, it's a begging question. Definitely power is a problem in Nigeria, and even where power is not a problem, power is not cheap. So, but to run a data center, you must understand something called shared services.
Okay.
The essence is that you take that power and the cost, and you're able to share it amongst all your clients. That's number one. Number two, what we've been able to do is to leverage also on clean energy.
Okay.
So we've been able to use a bit of solar with some power from the grid, and then we use the generators. The third thing is we've been doing data center actually not for SMEs, but for oil and gas for over 20 years.
Over 20 years?
Yes, over 20 years. Now, so what Citi Data is, it's a partnership between Petrodata, who has done data center for oil and gas for close to 25 years, and with Top Tech. Top Tech has been a system integrator across West Africa for close to 20 years. So those experiences is what we bring to bear, and we're able to give cost-effective solution, especially with power, because both companies understand power. They've done it for several years, and they know how to, get savings from it and pass it on to the clients.
Yeah. Now, talking about cost effectiveness, that's a word that gets thrown about a lot. A lot of people say, "Oh, we are cost effective. We are cost effective." So, let's say, on an average, between you and your competitors, if I decide to switch from your competitor to you, how many % of cost savings? And I want to maintain the same standard of operations or quality of service. Like, how many % can I get off from what your competitors are offering based on costs being cost effective now?
Okay, so on a good day, and when I say on a good day, I'm talking about what the business model allows or can accommodate. We can do between 40 to 50%, but right now we're doing a promo, and we're doing up to about 60% or even more right now. So up until February next year, anyone who comes on board can do up to about 60%, lower than what you find everywhere else.
Okay, what's the biggest challenge of doing business in Nigeria for you?
Well, naturally, it's not just for me, for everybody, the environment is not so enabling. Unfortunately, we're in a very trying period, and it's across the nation, like I said. So the value of the naira, it's not really taking shape at the moment, and that affects everything. Affects the cost of fuel, affects the cost of transportation, and to upkeep anything at all. So you have to up the salaries of the staff, for instance, and you're not earning commensurate to that. So yeah, well, it's a challenge, but we found a way, because again, we bring close to about 40 years experience under our belt to bear, and that helps us we're able to find a way around it.
Thank you so much. So in the next 5 years or so, where do you see your company going? Having spent a lot of time, 20-something years in the country, where do you see, what bigger ambitions are you working on?
So this company, Citi Data, hasn't spent up to that. Okay. It's a partnership within the two companies that have spent up to that. Okay. Yes. So we have a good background, we have good pedigree, and so to answer your question, we see ourselves establishing in Lagos 5 other data centers. We recently published that on Tech Cabal, and we intend to, of course, move all of that energy up north as well, because what you see in Lagos is you have a lot of connectivity and a lot of data centers all concentrated in Lagos.
Yes.
But you see up north, where even the service index, perhaps even more, so that the economy can grow, it's not there. So the digital divide, we're trying to bridge that by spreading upwards up north in a couple of years. So 3 to 5 years.
Even the east.
Absolutely. The east is even okay. I mean, it's in between, but so east and north, absolutely. Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate your time. Thank you.
Cheers.
Hello, I hope you enjoyed that video. This is not a sponsored video. It is brought to you free by Anato Tech channel. We create tech content including interviews, product reveals and reviews, tech business coverage, podcasts, and tech tutorials. If you would like to have a one-on-one interview with me about your business, or for sponsorship, partnerships, and other inquiries, please email anatotech@gmail.com or send me a DM on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and other social media at Anatotech. That's ANATUTECH. You can also WhatsApp me on +234 70357 19745. Don't forget to like and subscribe and turn on the notifications, and I'll see you again very soon.